Hey everyone! So I am back with another video, and this time it's not a vlog, but actually a Q&A answering your questions. I had you guys ask me a ton of questions on Instagram. Let's get to it. So the first question is best/worst kid experiences. Almost every single party, I have a very good kid experience. Probably one of my best kid experiences, I was Jasmine, and it was for an 8-year-old's party. 8 is actually a little bit old for a princess party, and I don't usually go to kids who are 5 and up. Mostly it's 5 and under. I walked into this little girl's party, and she immediately said, "Jasmine, you're my favorite." And I was so excited, and all of the kids were so attentive. It was one of those parties where I did the magic tricks, and all of the kids screamed because they were so excited by what I had done. Why this is so special is I struggle with the magic tricks a lot. And the one in particular that I struggle with is the teapot trick. You put water in a teapot, and then you put it into the cups, and you use magic to change the color once it reaches the cup. Now, I don't know what it is. I try my best. I practice this, but my sleight of hand always seems to not fool the kids. But this particular party, where I was Jasmine for the 8-year-old, they were all very impressed by it. It just made me feel so happy, like I was doing something right. At that same party, there was a little girl, and I went up to her and I asked if she was going to play in the bounce house, and she just said, "No, I'm shy." And I said, "Oh, well, would you want to come sit next to me while I face paint?" And she sat next to me, and she told me all about her stuffed animals and how she wants an LOL doll. Okay, the weirdest thing about LOLs, this is so off topic, but the strangest thing is whenever I ask kids what they wanted for their birthday, they always say LOL dolls, and I have no idea what an LOL doll is. I guess it's a super hyped toy this season, but who knows. Now, worst kid experiences. I've had a couple. At one party, I was Moana. A girl, she must have been a little bit older. She wasn't the birthday girl. It was for a 4-year-old party, but this girl must have been 8 or 9. Looked me dead in the eyes and said, "You're not Moana. You're just a random girl in a wig who's being paid to be here." I was like, what do I say? I told her that that wasn't very nice, and how it hurt my feelings because I told her how I restored the heart of Tafiti, and she didn't even believe me. And then at that point, all of the little kids were going, "Well, I believe you, Moana, I believe you." So that kind of brought the magic up a little bit more. That also ties with when I was Ariel, and I was kind of messing with the kids, and they had a plastic fork, and a little girl ran up to me, and she goes, "Look, Ariel, look." And I went, "Oh, it's a dingle hopper." And then I started like brushing my hair with the plastic fork, and not like really, but like kind of pretending. And this one girl goes, "It's not a dingle hopper, and you're not the real Ariel." And then full on goes for my wig, like the bangs, and then grabs it and pulls. And I was like, oh my God. Luckily, it didn't come off because I pinned my wig. I pinned it with these. Now, I've talked about these before. They are U-shaped bobby pins. With these, your wig is not going to be coming off. This girl went straight for the bangs right here and pulled. And then she lifted up. Now, obviously, you can see the like wig cap of the wig if you lift it up. A lot of the time, they're either rooted like slightly down to kind of cover the hairline. But she lifted the bangs up. And then it said, "Yep, I was right. You're not the real Ariel." And then went to tell all the other little girls about how I was not the real Ariel because she could see a line at the wig. Thankfully, there was other entertainment at the party, so she soon left me to go see what else was happening. That was probably not the best time I had as being a princess. The next question is, how long does it take to get ready? If I give myself about 2 hours, that's enough for me to be able to go as slowly as I like and also have some time afterwards, which I like. I don't like being rushed while I'm getting ready, because then I get really stressed out because I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna be late to this party. Sometimes I have to change characters on the road. Now with that 2 hours is to pin curl my hair and get my base makeup on. Now pin curling my hair takes a very long time because I have this mountain of hair. I have so much of it that's the majority of time. Another question that I got was, how many different princesses have I played? I normally play Jasmine and Moana, but I have played Ariel, Anna, Belle, and then I also play some generic characters when those are booked. So I've gone as a fairy a few times or a ballerina. The next question is, what has been my most magical encounter with a child? When I walk into a party, the look on this child's face when they see that their favorite character has actually come to their birthday party is absolutely priceless. They just have these big wide eyes and it's just like disbelief, and they're just like, and I am able to bring that to them. And I think that's the most magical thing about this job, is that I can bring so much happiness to people. And for me, I go to these bookings, I'll go to 4 parties a day. I'll go from party to party to party, but each individual family is taking pictures. They're gonna remember this for a really long time. Like, I had a princess come to my party when I was 5, and I'm still looking back at the pictures of this. I have no idea where this girl is or what she's doing, but she was able to bring that to me, and now I get to pay that forward and do that for other kids, which is wonderful. The next question is, what is the worst party I've been to? Man, you guys just want to know all the tea about this. I went to a party and the whole situation was a little bit weird. I was booked very, very last minute, and I arrived and I could not get hold of the parent. I was calling, and so I had to go and knock on the door blind, which I don't like to do. I prefer to have a parent come out and meet me. So I go on and I knock on this door, and there was a little girl in a party dress, and there were no other guests. And I was like, okay, this is a little bit weird. And there was just a series of very, very strange events, which included the mother having me brush the daughter's hair for a while, and children being very afraid of me and screaming and running away as if I was a monster in a haunted house. They didn't want me to do the scheduled activities that they paid for, and it was just really strange, and I felt a little bit uncomfortable. But then I got out of there and had to drive literally like an hour and a half, and I went to one of the sweetest parties that I'd ever been to. So it was overall a good day. Ooh, the next question is, what is the funniest moment I've ever had with a kid? Ooh, I've had some pretty good times. Kids say the funniest things. I was Anna, and it was at an ice rink. There was a little boy, and he was next to me, and he was making all sorts of funny noises, and I was face painting, and I was just finishing up on one kid, and so I did the glitter, and then he was looking at me, making all sorts of funny noises. So I looked at him, and I started making funny noises too, and then I started jumping up and dancing around with him, and he was dancing too, and the mom found it really funny, and then he was just very sweet. The next question is, what are my different voices for the princesses? A lot of the Disney princesses can actually be categorized. So there's Anna and Rapunzel, who are very excited, and they'd respond very excited. So if you showed them something, they'd be like, oh my goodness, that is so amazing. So then there's Belle, who's a lot more soft-spoken, and she would answer a lot more like, oh my goodness, that is wonderful. I've never seen anything like it. And then Ariel, she'd be like, oh my goodness, I've never seen anything like it. Stuff like that. Or Jasmine, I keep a lot closer to my voice. So I would answer like, oh, that's wonderful. I've never seen anything like it. You have to kind of work with your pitch. Obviously, my voice isn't exactly like the movie or exactly what you hear. I think it's the effort of changing your voice to answer with the same pitches and tones as the character that make it all the better. Now, someone has asked, does it boost my self-esteem to be a princess? Oh my goodness, yes it does. I go to a party and then all the grandmas are like, oh, you're so pretty. Oh, I love it. Oh my goodness, isn't she pretty? And I'm like, you think I'm pretty? Yay. It makes you feel good to make other people feel good. But then also when people think you look good, when people tell you look good, obviously it feels nice, you know? Is that conceited? I don't think that's conceited. The next person asked is who was my favorite character to be, and I have to say that is Jasmine. I love being Jasmine. She's so dear to my heart because she's the character I play the most, and also I grew up watching her movie, and I actually have a picture of me with Jasmine. I will insert it right here. That was me at probably 5 years old, meeting Jasmine because I loved her so much as a kid. Leading up to my first day, because I was Jasmine, I watched Aladdin maybe 2 or 3 times a day. Literally a day for like weeks. And that's how excited I was. That's how well I know this movie. I watch it quite frequently. Another question is, how heavy are your costumes? Some of them are not too bad. Jasmine is pretty comfortable because it's actually the pants. And the pants fit me super well. And I don't trip on them or anything. And it's super comfortable and I can pretty much function. The only thing is it's got these like arm things. And at first I found it a little bit weird to wear, but now I don't even pay attention to them anymore. Belle's costume, it feels like it's 100 pounds. It is so heavy, even to like carry in the garment bag. It like hurts my arms and I have to use like 2 hands to carry it because it is absolutely humongous and heavy, but like wearing it is like, you feel like $1,000,000. It's awesome. The next question is, do kids ever confront you about being the real princess? This happens all the time. And usually I can go a bunch of parties without it happening. And then if one kid asks, if one kid tries to question me being the princess, they will all question me. And I hate it so much because I feel like I've just completely lost control in this situation. For example, I was Jasmine once and the party was going super well and I was almost done. I had about 10 minutes left. We had just finished pictures and the parents were getting the cake ready. And then one of the older girls came behind me, grabbed my Jasmine ponytail with both hands and pulled. Now, obviously, I pin it, so my head went back and I told her that it hurt. And then she went, well, you don't really expect me to believe that you're the real Jasmine, do you? And I was like, she's like, you're wearing a wig. Look, everybody, she's wearing a wig. She's wearing a wig. She's wearing a wig. And then all of the kids were very fascinated to see my wig. Luckily, a parent stepped into the situation to kind of de-escalate it and move the kids' focus to another thing. I always joke about these situations, but it makes it really difficult. And sometimes the parents don't step in, which makes it even harder because I'm trying to, 1, keep the magic, 2, do my job. When the kids no longer believe me, that magic is gone and that's irreversible. And that's something that they can never get back. Once they no longer believe, that's it. It's done. It is really sad because these kids don't understand what they're doing because they're kids and they're still learning what is right and what is wrong. But I do wish that sometimes the parents would step in and kind of de-escalate the situation because sometimes they don't. And our last question is, what are the hardest and greatest things about being a princess? I think the hardest thing and the thing that I don't like the most, dealing with like the online kind of side of it. And I love the princess community, but sometimes it can be really mean, and I can see it online. And it's never happened to me, but I know a lot of princesses who have dealt with some pretty mean bullies, and I don't think that is what princessing is about. And I believe you do have to have the right look and attitude in order to be a princess, but I think if you are a princess, you're not casting, or you're not an owner of a company, you don't have the right to directly go up to somebody and tell them that they should or should not be a princess. I just don't think that's right. The things that I do like about being a princess is that, one, it's literally the coolest job in the world. I am a performer, and I act and I sing and I dance. So on a me basis, on a very personal basis, I get to do what I love. And there's nothing greater than making money off doing something that you enjoy. It makes it so I don't dread going to work. This is not a job to me. This isn't something that I'm forced to do or that I have to do. I will wake up at 4 a.m. to go to a party, and I'm excited to do that. And I think that's what's so amazing about doing something that you love, because you're excited and it doesn't feel like a drag. I'm very thankful with where my life has brought me, and that I'm healthy and that I'm able to do this job, and I couldn't ask for any more. So that's all your questions for today. I know this was a little bit of a different video. So if you have any more video suggestions, you can comment them down below, and I'll see what I can do for you. So like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. See you next time. Bye.